What's up, guys? Thanks for checking out today's video. My name is Dan and this is the EvolvedJeepin channel. I have to apologize in advance for any noise that you might hear because I'm currently standing on a busy street in front of Daytona's Enterprise because today we're going to get some work done at the shop. For anyone unfamiliar about Daytona's Enterprise, in my opinion, they are the best Jeep truck and 4x4 shop in the Westchester County area. They're located in Yonkers, New York. And if you're looking for tires, rims, a lift, bolt-on accessories, or anything custom, this is definitely the place you should come to get work done. For myself, I do a lot of the installations myself, as you can see on my channel. But when I'm looking for parts or good pricing, I come to these guys because usually they can give me a really good price and get me the part I need. They also are useful for knowledge when I'm troubleshooting any of the installations I'm doing, because usually I can just come here, tell them the issue I have, and either they have a solution or they'll be able to help me solve the issue I have. Today we're here because what I'm gonna be doing is replacing my 37-inch Nitto ridge grapplers with 38s. Some of you might be wondering, why am I doing that? Well, when I purchased these 37s 6 months ago, I was contemplating 37s or 38s. And I decided to go with the 37s because the lift kit that I'm running, which is the Accuair Dynamic Lift Kit, stated that the max tire size that you could go with was a 37-inch tire. So I decided to play it safe and go with that. And I have to say, over the last 6 months, I have definitely been regretting that. And I decided today that I'm gonna pull the trigger, put those 38s on, and sell my 37s. So what that means is today we're gonna be figuring out if you can actually fit 38-inch tires on the Accuair Dynamic Lift Kit. Hopefully we can, and if we can't, we're gonna figure out what we need to do to make it possible. So the guys have already started on the installation, so we're gonna head inside and go down and check out that process, and then we'll regroup to see how the fit of these 37s are on this lift kit, and if there's anything we need to do. So let's go check out that installation process. So guys, as you can see, we are out of the shop and the 38s are installed on my Jeep Wrangler, and they went on without any modification. And that was surprising to me because I thought for sure that I was gonna have to do some type of modification to get the 38s to fit on the Accuair dynamic lift kit for the Jeep JL, but luckily I did not have to do anything. The first thing I did once they were installed is I took the Jeep out for a drive to see if there was any performance loss with my setup. And luckily with the 38s, I did not see any difference. In fact, I kind of felt like the Jeep actually had more performance, which didn't quite make sense, but really did not see any performance loss due to moving from a 37 to a 38. While I was out for the drive, I also figured this would be a great time to recalibrate my Jeep for the new tire size. So using my Super Chip Flash Cal Plus, I used its auto tire calibration wizard and ran ahead and recalibrated the Jeep speedometer and shift points for the new 38s. If you're unfamiliar about the Super Chip Flash Cal Plus, it basically has a built-in feature that allows you to run a wizard that will automatically calculate your new tire size and then spit it into reprogramming your Jeep. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go take a look at the clearance of these new tires and see if we have any issues that we're gonna have to address in the future. So first thing we're gonna do is turn that front wheel and see what our turning radius is with the front bumper and the side steps. So we've gone ahead and turned our wheels to full lock to see if we have any clearance issues. For the front bumper, you can see right here, we definitely have a little less clearance than we did before with the 37s, but it's probably usable for right now. In the future, if we're doing any hardcore off-roading, we might want to either replace the full with the bumper with a stubby one, or we'll just simply remove these end caps here and replace them with a cap there. So a couple options we have for that, but not really concerned about that for regular road driving. For back here with the Mopar Performance rock rails, you can see our clearance is definitely tight. Not too concerned right now for road driving, but for off-roading, what we might have to do is cut this down and trim them a little bit just to give us a little bit more clearance. For the back, we don't really have any issues. You can see we have enough clearance there. Inside goes all the way around and enough clearance back there, so nothing really too concerned with. So what we're going to do now is we're going to straighten the wheels out and we're actually going to drop it down to level 1 to see if we can still run level 1 on highways. As you can see, we've lowered the vehicle down to preset number 1. This is the lower ride height preset that you can actually drive above 25 miles per hour. I tend to use this preset when I'm driving on the freeways or highways. I don't tend to use this when driving around town. And the main reason is because with the 37s that I had and my full width bumper, I always had an issue with the tire contacting the bumper. You can see here with the 38s, definitely still going to contact that when I go to turn, but I could probably ride this when driving more straight. Most likely I do have reduced turn radius because of the larger tires. So it's probably going to support more of a reason for me to possibly transition from this full width front bumper to a stubby one, just so that I can gain some turning radius back and actually ride a preset number 1 without knowing that I'm contacting the front bumper. For the back, let's just take a look at that and we'll see that there's no issues back here. Clearance is not a problem. Possibly, you know, I wouldn't want to use preset number 1 if I was off-roading, but for regular driving, definitely going to have no issue with clearance on the back or the front of the tire. So the next thing we have to do is kind of the fun part. What we're going to do is we're going to lower the vehicle down all the way, airing out the entire suspension to see what issues we might have with clearance. I'm expecting there might be a few things, but I don't think they're going to be that concerning. So let's go ahead and lower this lowered the Accuair dynamic lift system all the way down. What this means is you've basically removed all the air from the airbags that hold the suspension up. This is not a level that you would drive at. This is only for parking purposes. You can't really drive at this. You can move around, but it definitely will not work for you. You're riding on the bump stops, and also once you hit 25 miles per hour, it would pop you up anyways. And for this, it just doesn't quite make sense. It's more of a look thing and a functionality thing, because it definitely makes it easier to get in and out of the Jeep when it's at this height. As for clearance, you can see here, we actually still have enough clearance on the front bumper. Definitely not enough to turn, but definitely enough to fit with straight down. And the back, we have enough. On the back wheel, this is where we actually are contacting a little bit. We're not contacting in the front. You can see we're very close in there, all the way around. We're looking good. And then we come down here and we are contacting this little piece of plastic right here. It is move a little bit, and it is covering frame or body right there. So if we're off-roading, what we're probably going to end up doing when we trim the side steps and change the front bumper out is we're actually going to end up cutting that metal bracket and possibly figuring out something with this. But at this point, this is definitely not a concern. This Jeep can definitely ride on the road with 38s and the Accuair dynamic lift kit. And you can easily air it out and still have the great stuffed look with 38-inch wheels. So at this point, I think I can officially say that you can in fact fit 38-inch tires on the Accuair 3.5-inch dynamic lift kit. Even though Accuair's website states that they recommend the max tire size of 37s, you can see with my current setup, I was able to put these 38-inch wheels on my Jeep without any modification. Yes, in the near future, I will probably be trimming those side steps, trimming the body pinch seam and the rear wheel wells, and possibly switching out the full width bumper for a stubby one. Those adjustments are not required. I am more doing them because I want to gain a little bit more clearance for when I go off-roading. The reason I'm looking to get a little bit more clearance is that I do have plans to take this Jeep on a month-long off-roading trip to test out the system and to see some of the cool places across the United States. Before I wrap up this video, one more thing I want to mention is, after my most recent review video of the Accuair system, where I go over my likes and dislikes of the kit after having it for 1 year, Accuair ended up contacting me to let me know that they now have replacement parts for the issues that I'm having and that they're going to send them my way. So what that means is once I get those parts, I will do another video to show you guys what parts they sent me and how to install those. So make sure to stay tuned to see how that goes. But one more thing that Accuair wanted to inform me about was they were now going to offer me a discount code for all my viewers. So what that means is that if you are looking for an Accuair lift kit or any Accuair parts, you can now go to their website, put in the code EvolvedJeepin, and you'll get 10% off any of the products on their website. I'm glad to see Accuair offering this, and I hope some of you have the opportunity to take advantage of this and possibly get yourselves a dynamic lift kit and save some extra money. At this point, I don't have anything else to say. If you have any questions or comments about what I've done in this video or about my current setup, feel free to post them below and I'll do the best to answer them. And as usual, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you guys on the next video.